Assassination of Jesse James
And the incredible long name.
by the coward Robert Periwinkle, Sir Isaac Newton hyphen Pfeffer.
Oh, come on.
Across the
Jingleheimer Schmidt. His name is my name, too.
Yeah, no, there's a line around the block of people trying to get in just because they're trying to say the title for this movie.
opening
Damn.
credits are like the first hour.
I mean, the title pretty much tells you everything. This is about the guy that assassinated Jesse James. Jesse James being played by Brad Pitt, and very well in this movie, I believe.
Oh, yeah. He was
And
awesome.
Casey Affleck plays a sniveling weasel. Not only a sniveling weasel, but just kind of like a little bitch. He's hanging around Jesse James. I mean, he's all up in Jesse James' ass, talking about, I want to be your sidekick. What? Hey, I can do good things. I can shoot. I can make your life good for you. And it's like, why don't you just him, man? You know?
I mean, it was a total man crush, and I'm surprised they never went that homophobic way with it. Like, what is wrong with you? You know, they never went there.
This is a movie that's entirely about hero worship. And it's about this guy who just, he idolizes Jesse James, and he wants so bad to be in Jesse James' posse, and he wants to be the next Jesse James. And then he actually gets to know the real Jesse James and starts to realize this crazy motherfucker's going to kill me unless I kill him first.
He really does want to be Jesse James, like single white gunslinger, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, he's up there mimicking him. He's watching him real creepy like, and it's funny because the tension really is with Casey Affleck's character, Robert Ford, at first, but then as the movie kind of shifts, it's Brad Pitt, and this is the reason why he's so great in the movie. Like whenever he comes around, like when the posse disbands, Brad Pitt starts getting all paranoid. Whenever he's in the room, you get nervous because you know he wants to kill all these motherfuckers.
Suppose you heard gossip, though. Suppose you heard Jim Cummins come by here. You might have thought that we were planning to capture you or get that reward, and that ain't true.
Haven't heard a lick of gossip lately.
I didn't like it. I thought it was an incredibly boring story of mixed up, overly dramatic cowboys who just need to shut the hell up.
I thought that was called Brokeback Mountain.
But it's lots of conversations that go on about nothing for way too long. I honestly went into this wide awake. I mean, I was like 8 cups of espresso. I had shot up a speedball. I was ready to go. And I tell you, I fell asleep anyway.
I never got bored with this. Now, granted, it was long. I mean, they got these scenes where they're showing these cowboys through a fisheye lens, and they're walking. They're like, about this time, Jesse James went to go take a shit, and he stood in the toilet for 5 hours. And I was like, okay, this could be sped up a little bit.
All of a sudden, Waylon Jennings came in. Well, Jesse James and the Duke, boy.
You know what? I gotta agree with Corey on this, where I was ready to leave. I only sat with one ass cheek on the chair. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna sit through this thing. And I gotta admit, it moved slow. And it seemed kind of long, but I never got bored in it.
And I felt just the same way you guys did. I love this thing. The key thing to know about this is that this is not that kind of an action-y Western. This is the type of film that's going to be up for a bunch of Oscars, and not just for the actors. It's a filmmaking kind of movie.
See, Cyrus went in there expecting, I want you out of town, Jesse James, by noon.
Well, that would have been better.
There's a lot of artistry that goes into it, but I wouldn't when you say arty, that makes it sound snobby, and I didn't think it was that.
Now, I'm about to say something I have never said before in my life, and I may never say again.
I'm straight. Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
God damn, Casey Affleck was good in this movie.
Oh, man.
He was.
How? I can't believe I said those words, and like I said, I may never repeat them.
You don't have the ingredients, son.
I'm sorry to hear you feel that way, honey. As I put such stock in your opinions.
What am I supposed to say to that?
Let me be your sidekick tonight,
Sidekick?
so you can examine my grit and intelligence.
I don't know what it is about you, but the more you talk, the more you give me the willies.
I like it for some reason. I can't really explain why. Some other people won't. And as a matter of fact, there was this girl in there. She was looked to be about 19, 20. Like right when the movie stopped, she just got up and proclaimed to the theater, that was the most boring movie I've seen all year. And I said, shut your goddamn ass down.
Did you say that?
No, I did. I wish I had.
So see, Cyrus, you're just like a 19-year-old girl that knows nothing about movies.
Man, you gonna let them keep, I am going to give it full price because I do think it's a very well-made movie. And I think it's just a bold movie for taking the approach that it took, which is being a very slow film, because really not everybody's going to like it. And I understand exactly where you're coming from.
I can't even explain everything and why I loved it, but I did. But still, I'm going to say matinee just because they really could have tightened this up.
And you're right about that. I didn't give any criticism about this movie, but there were points where they could have edited that movie down.
I think it's a full price, but a full price for people who have listened to us all the way through and know what they're getting into.
This for me, it'll be too soon if I ever see this again.
Damn.
Yeah, I just bored the crap out.
Well,
of
I'm
me.
sorry they didn't have superheroes in this movie. They were wearing capes and shit. But you know, man, this is an adults movie right here.
From the man who loved Spider-Man 3.
If there's no superheroes or people dropping acid, I just don't see the depth.